Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing a video on my categories, or what some people would possibly call sinking funds. And I wanted to just have you join me and see if there is anything in this video that can help you out with choosing your categories and how you keep track of them. So if you're interested in that, keep watching and let's get going. Okay, so if you like these kind of videos, I'm gonna try to mention it now so the ending of this video isn't filled with it all, but hit the like button for me and subscribe if you're new and you want to keep seeing more. Hit that notification bell if you'd like to see one of my next videos coming up is actually closing out February and opening up my March budget. As you can see, I'm going to be tracking or starting my tracker for my March categories. So if you want to see me actually close out February and go into March, it will be a video that isn't going up until the beginning of March because I just need to wait on that video to make sure that February is completely tracked correctly. So it will definitely be up as soon as I can get it in March. But this is going to be me somewhat setting up that tracker for you guys so that way you can see what my categories are and kind of how I keep track of them and explain them. I am going to mention right now that I may do things very differently, but it is what I have found that works for our family. So you are going to find quite a few categories here. This page will hold them all, so that's good. But you're going to see all the different categories, and the reason that I have these categories are basically because this is where I have tracked. Let me kind of rewind a little bit. About a year and a half ago, after Christmas, but not this last one, I said, I'm getting our budget together. I'm pretty good with numbers and I like to make sure we always have money, but I don't know exactly where our money is going. And I went through and I tracked all of, I went back and I looked at my account and I spent a good hour or two just going through the year and seeing where our money went. And it seemed very common that our money went to these kind of categories. And then I tried to narrow it down and figure out, do I want less categories? Do I want this many? Do I need more? And this is basically what we've come up with. We have made some adjustments in the meantime, but these are basically where our money is going in this time in our life right now with kids. We have 3 kids. I have a 10-month-old baby girl. I have a 3-year-old boy, and I have a 7-year-old boy. And my husband and I mean, this is just where our life is at right now. So these are the categories that we have created. And I like having some of them so specific that you're going to see some of them are very specific because it allows me to see if we really needed money for that, or if we, it just allows me to see what we're spending our money on, and if there does need to be any adjustments, maybe less money spent or more. So let's get into this video so you guys can see. I'm going to be writing the category here. RO for me is rollover, so this is the amount that we are rolling over from the previous month. I do not have separate accounts in my bank for these categories. A couple of them I do because they're more like a savings where I only spend that money probably once or twice a year. But other than that, these are categories that come out randomly throughout the year that I know that I will end up needing at some point, and possibly for a good chunk of the year. Some of them come out every month, some of them might not come out till summertime, etc. But I don't have a bank account for each of these, but I do keep track of how much I have put towards that category here in my rollover section here. And then we know that if we need to spend any money on, for example, you'll see, but groceries, then we have a rollover amount, or kids clothing. So, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just fill out the category name, and I'll explain, I will explain them after I fill it out. How's that? Okay, so as you can see, we have 24 categories. Something I want to notate is that I put them in alphabetical order because it's much easier to find them on here if they're in alphabetical order. Let's see, so we start with auto. We like to just put a good some amount to our auto in case we have any random things happening. But the repairs is more of like a savings for us. This auto is for oil changes. We know we will be paying for our tags annually and so on. So this is just for those purposes. So that way we are prepared when those bills come because we know they're coming. We know oil changes are needed. Sometimes tires are needed, and that's what this one is for. Charity and donation, we like to put a certain amount of money in addition to our tithing. Our tithing I keep under our bills because it automatically comes out. But anything extra, if we want to help a family out in need, if a friend has a baby, and we want to help them with some meals or something, that's where that money comes from in case we don't have enough in, let's say, like our groceries or something, or if we really just want to make like like a donation. Childcare, right now I am able to have someone help watch the kids when I need them, so we need to budget for that. Christmas is a definite that's actually one of my savings as well because I put towards it every month, and we just want to make sure that we have a certain amount of money for Christmas. Family birthdays, I have 4 of them that come up at the beginning of the year, all before April. So we definitely have to make sure that we save enough money throughout the year to be ready for each one of those birthdays. Our family fund is a monthly spending. Sometimes we spend it all, sometimes we don't. So there's sometimes a rollover, sometimes not. But we need to make sure that we have that money. That way that we can, all of these categories for us is being intentional. Some of them, like the auto, of course, we don't really want to spend that money. But most of this money is for us because we want to spend that money for our family and have good experiences for them. So that's what our family fun and birthdays like those are for. Fit is short for fitness, beauty, and hair. Now, I get my hair done just a couple times a year, and that's what this category helps me with. It's a big chunk of money when I have to do that. And then any unexpected beauty. I don't get my nails done or anything like that just because with our lifestyle right now, I'm too hard on my nails if I did, but it's just not something that's a priority for me right now, but fitness definitely is. And sometimes I need certain creams or something to keep my face hydrated. So that's the kind of stuff that goes to that. But I'm not on a regular spending basis with this, maybe my hair. So I definitely like to put some money toward it. So that way when unexpected things come up, I can use that money in those areas. Gas, we usually spend every month, of course, so we definitely have to make sure we have money in our gas category. Gifts to others, so these aren't family birthday gifts, these are actually gifts to others that we make sure that we put to the side every month, because as you know, if you have a birthday or a couple birthdays in a month, that's a big chunk of your money, and then you're wondering where your money went. Groceries is a definite category for us, and haircuts is a category. I don't usually put any money towards that because after the pandemic last year, I learned how to cut my kids and my husband's hair, so we actually do have a balance. I haven't written the balances down yet, but I keep that just in case and to keep track of the balance I already have. It's kind of like it's almost like one of those categories right now that I haven't used in about a year, but we have we have like a balance in there, and if we need to get a haircut, we can use it, or if we need to spend the money on something else, maybe a birthday went over or something, then I know that it's there. Home decor, I don't usually spend this monthly, but when I do get something for the home, it just seems to always, how should I say it? It just kind of comes up and it's like, wow, like I just spent $100 on something for the home, and it could be organization, it could be declutter type stuff. So I call it home decor, but really it's just anything that helps out the home that isn't necessarily like a huge update thing type of thing. I do have home updates though, because we do want to do some little projects around the house. These are more of wants. They're not needs, of course, home decor and updates. So they're just something nice for us to have a category and a little, bit of money if we can going towards that category each month or whenever we can is nice. Kids' clothes are definitely needs, but some months we just don't need it and we can't put money towards it, but I like having it and I like putting money towards it monthly if we can, so that way when they need something, I don't feel like I just spent a chunk of money and I'm having to catch up now till the next season and needing clothes. Same with actually not the same, memberships. So these are those annual memberships that come out, like our Amazon Prime, our Costco, all of those kind of things that, you got to spend $130 for all of a sudden. And I think ours is actually in December. So we definitely needed to put money away monthly for that, so it wasn't a big surprise at the end of the year. I have one for my fun money. I definitely suggest you having a fun money account for yourself, even if you don't feel like you have money to spend on yourself. You need it. Even if it's 20 bucks, if it's 100, if it's 150, if it's 300, whatever you can do. And if it's the minimum, whatever you can do, you need to have something for yourself. And I would definitely suggest having something like that. I just call mine my fun. We have a medical, so that way if we have any copays, any doctor visits that were unexpected come up. We have one for our clothes. So we have kids' clothes and our clothes separate. I like to keep them separate because, again, I need a boundary for me to spend money on clothing. And if I see my number, say it had $500, but that was if I combined my kids and our clothes, I would think, oh, I have, a good 3 to 5. It's just my mind thinks that I have all this money to spend on myself or my kids, and then I don't have enough money for my clothes. Or if I spend it on myself, I don't have enough money for the kids. So I keep it separate. And again, it's another way of seeing throughout the year the pattern of how you spend your money. So if I'm spending a whole bunch of money on my clothes and it's really not necessary, then I need to make some adjustments. So I like having this category for my husband and I, and then I like having my kids separate. We also want to be intentional with our time, so we save money for dates, and that way when we go out on a date and we spent $100 on a meal, I am not feeling bad or guilty that we spent $100 and kept $100 from our groceries or anything fun with our kids that month, or we can't go anywhere because we don't have any gas money because we spent the money on our date. So having this again is just very freeing to feel that you have flexibility in your budget. And we actually did do that for Valentine's Day. I did not budget $100 for Valentine's dinner, but we went to a dinner and we ended up spending about $100, and I didn't think that was going to happen, but I knew we had the money in the category. So that was nice to know that we've been putting money aside for that. School and sports, I buy some, school like curriculum and stuff for my kids. And then when they get back to sports, that adds up. So school and sports is definitely on my category list. Seasonal for us is anything decoration wise, anything like Valentine's gifts for the kids, Easter stuff. So it could be decoration. Like 4th of July is usually a decoration, maybe even getting some fireworks, stuff like that. Anything that comes up seasonally. Summer, I wanted to have one because when we go places, there are fees to park or fees to get in. And sometimes we want something for the backyard, or I do a lot of crafts and stuff with the kids, and I want to be able to have that money for summertime because we are home a lot more during the summer, and we just need things to do. and vacations. So if we do not have vacations, we don't think about saving the money. So we definitely have a vacation category as well. Down here, I just wrote some of our savings. We like to put towards, in case we need a car. We have an account for our kids, an emergency fund, and then I'm trying to do some of the Budget Mom savings challenges. So these are my categories. Again, it seems like a lot. I like it. I like having it. I would probably tell myself no more than 25 or never, get more than is on this sheet. It's kind of my boundary, but I definitely like having these. I have tried to put them together and it just doesn't work for us. I really like having these detailed categories. I know some people would say, do not overwhelm yourself with this, but this actually helps to keep me from being overwhelmed. So now I'm just going to go ahead and write the monthly deposits here. We do not put this in there monthly. We used to. When I was working full-time, we were able to put all of the money in here monthly, but right now we are not able to. We have had to make some sacrifices, but I still keep these categories because just because we may not been able to put money towards family birthdays that month, our goal is to put money towards that. And it also just depends on whatever is the actual balance, which is usually the rollover amount. So for example, in our auto, no, I'm not going to do our auto. In our charity and donation right now, we do have $50. And our goal to put towards that a month is $20. So throughout the month, if I find that our income changes throughout the month, we don't have an exact set income monthly. So I am not able to predict what I can put towards that category. So throughout the month, I kind of see, and sometimes it has to be by the end of the month, I can see if we can put more or the monthly amount to that category. And if so, I add those up and I put that here. But if we were not able to, I would end up putting a line through it, showing myself that we were not able to put that money, that monthly money toward that category. And if I had put the line through it, the rollover amount would just continue into the total. So I'm just going to go ahead and put what our goal is for monthly deposits. And again, we are not able to put these in every month, and I can never anticipate what we can put in there a month until we start going through the month and I can see what our income ends up being. Okay, you guys, so this is what we end up trying to or making a goal for each category. I must let you know that it used to be more in many of these categories, but I've made some adjustments due to our fluctuating income now. And for example, I think family birthdays used to be more than that. We've had to lower it for the monthly amount and just have, less going on for family birthdays. My fitness, beauty, and hair has been lowered. Let's see. I think home decor and home updates were lowered. Our clothes, a lot of this was lowered. If I could anticipate that lowering the amount that we spend throughout the year on those things, my fun was lowered. So all of the things that were more like wants instead of needs were probably lowered. And if you do want to see what my sinking funds were like before, probably a year or so ago, I do have a video in there out in, my budgeting, I think it's a budgeting playlist. And if I can remember, I'll try to link it below, but you can see how I kept track, very similar to this, just using different, you know, I think I used an old Happy Planner or something to track these, but they're pretty much the same. There might be some small differences. So yeah, at the end of February, I will be able to put our rollover, or our current balance will go here. So that way I know, for example, I'll be able to see how much money we currently have in family birthdays, and if I am able to put $75 this next coming month towards it, and then we will have our total here. One more thing, I also keep track of my categories yearly. Sorry, I wasn't prepared to share this, but I really do want to share this with you guys because it's another sheet that I use with the Budget Mom. You can hear me sifting through papers right now. I keep track of our categories on this annual sheet, and whatever I was able to put money towards that month, I will put a check mark next to it here, and then I can keep track of the totals that I was able to apply to sinking funds. So if you're kind of wondering how do you keep track if only sometimes you put money towards those funds, this is how I keep track of that, and I love this system so much. These are the ones that I have as savings and our groceries. The gray is basically what we probably must put money to that month, and so on. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button if you like seeing these kind of videos and the details. And let me know what you guys think. What are your guys' categories or sinking funds? How do you guys keep track? I would love to know. Sometimes I do have to make changes, and since when you get stuck in a system, you really just don't know how to make those changes. So I'm so curious how you guys keep track of your categories. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope that you have a great day. Bye.